Hey everybody, and welcome back to another short video, a topical study this time. We're going to ask the question and try to answer the question, what was casting lots in the Bible? There are dozens of references to casting lots throughout the scriptures, so we're going to ask, what was it? How did it work exactly? And what did the ancient people of God hope to achieve by practicing it? There are a bunch of different examples of casting lots, and I've got a list of just some prominent examples on the handout, which you can download for free. There's a link to our website down below, and you can get it down there if you want to save it for your reference. So one reference is in the book of Joshua. Moses had led the children of Israel out of Egyptian slavery. They had come to the promised land of Canaan, and Joshua was going to divide up the new promised land amongst the tribes of Israel, and he did that by casting lots. We read about King David appointing priests and giving them their duties by casting lots in 1 Chronicles chapter 24. Perhaps the most famous example is when Jesus was hanging on the cross. He was stripped of his garments, and the Roman soldiers who were there cast lots for those garments to see who would get to take possession of them. And then if you're here because you're studying Acts, the book of Acts with us, you may be here because you read in chapter 1, verse 26 of Acts, that when the apostles were selecting a new apostle to replace Judas Iscariot, who betrayed Jesus, they cast lots to make the final decision of who was going to be selected. And if you know the story, Matthias was the one whom the lot fell on, and he became the 12th apostle. So what exactly was casting lots? Well, it was a form of random selection. The modern equivalent to it might be something like flipping a coin or drawing straws or rolling dice. One thing I didn't know until I was actually working on this handout is that our modern word, lottery, like the lottery, that word has its foundations in this ancient practice of casting lots. Now here's kind of the disappointing part, and that is that the Bible nowhere describes the method or the instruments that were used to complete this process. The Bible's use of the term casting lots is probably just a general term that referred to any kind of random selection. One thing that is certain from the Bible, though, is that the people who used lots to decide the outcome of situations, they didn't believe that the outcome was entirely random. They believed that the outcome of casting lots was affected and influenced by God. And the Bible actually confirms this as true. A number of times in the scriptures, we see that God approved of the lot as a means of discerning his will. And the Holy Spirit, who influenced the writer of the book of Proverbs, had this written down in Proverbs chapter 16, verse 33. The lot is cast into the lap, but its every decision is from the Lord. So that gives you a little bit of insight into what casting lots was in the Bible. And I know that you probably, like me, are curious as to the exact practice and how it worked and what it was like and what tools they use or instruments, but we just don't have that information, unfortunately. So this is what we've got, and so this is what we'll stick with. And just know that anytime you read about casting lots, this is the process that it's referring to.